After I spoke in New York about the future real estate agent, I kept thinking about something. Not necessarily what agents need to add next, but really about what they need to let go of. Because most agents aren't stuck due to a lack of tools. They're actually stuck because they're still handling a lot of tasks that no longer make sense. One of the biggest shifts that I see coming is this. The future real estate agent stops trying to be indispensable. I know that sounds backwards, but so many of us were taught that in order to be valuable, we have to be available. So many of us were taught that being needed equals value. But in today's environment, being needed for everything is actually a liability. Think about it. If a home buyer or a home seller feels like you are the only one that they're able to contact when they have a question or a need, that is not a good thing. If every task requires you, your business can't grow without fragmenting you, or worse, breaking you into a million little pieces. Another thing that has to go, the idea that visibility equals influence. Posting more doesn't automatically mean trust. Being louder doesn't mean being clearer. On a Zoom call earlier today, an agent asked me, well, what do I need to do to stand out on social media? And I helped them to understand that the future real estate agent understands that consistency beats intensity. So what's the answer? Show up more consistently than everybody else, because even by posting once a day, you're running circles around most agents. Presence beats performance. And don't be overly concerned about the platform that you're posting on either. People don't need to see you everywhere, but they do need to understand you somewhere. Now, you can't just go posting random stuff every day. But if you're posting what your ideal client wants to see, then you're going to crush it if you stay consistent. There's also a mindset shift around control. A lot of agents still believe that if they don't touch every detail, something's going to fall apart. Sometimes, though, that's true early on. But at a certain point, holding on too tightly becomes the bottleneck. The future agent learns when to stay involved and when to step back so others can step up. Now, that's leadership. That's not laziness. And maybe the hardest thing to release is the belief that working harder is always the answer. Now, don't get me wrong when you guys hear me say this. Hard work does matter. I get that. But it's not the differentiator anymore. Clarity is. Judgment is. Decision-making is. Those are the skills that compound. So if you're feeling stressed, way too busy, or strangely kind of stalled, it might not be because you're missing something. It might be because you're holding on to something that has already served its purpose. The future real estate agent isn't built by piling more work on. They're built by refining what actually still belongs. So this week, let's examine how we can consistently provide value to the people that we want to do business with, while still examining which roles we should own and which ones we shouldn't. This is the Leverage Lounge. I'm Mike Collier. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button on YouTube or the follow button on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and we'll see you next week.